What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the show. After School with the Lawsons, I got a special guest today, and he's been on the show before, but guess what? This is episode number 25, which means this is the last episode of the season. It's not the last episode forever, but it is the last episode of the season. I figured we'd go out with a bang, so I brought my good old buddy here, Mr. Brian Tucker.
So glad to be back with you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, thanks for coming out. I always enjoy your time, your knowledge, your brain, your personality.
Yes.
And thanks for coming back, you know?
So glad to be a part of it. Guys, we're going to laugh today. Daniel makes me giggle, and I can't wait to do something like that.
So we're in 2023.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Starts a new year.
Wow.
How recap.
Wow.
12 months in a matter of a couple minutes,
Yeah.
How was these last 12 months?
Wow. Unbelievable, incredible, hard, unreal, trying.
Mm-hmm. All the good stuff, right?
All of that. Yeah, like I don't need to think of any more words. Just incredible, but like how else do you boil it down?
For sure.
Other than going like, I'm just so grateful to be here at the end of it. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So blessed to be here another day.
Yeah.
So blessed to be able to have a podcast. So blessed to be able to, have a family and kids and friends like you, Ending 2023, I can look back and say I've had some wins. Absolutely. I've had some major wins. Mm-hmm. And I can look back and say I've had some losses. There's plenty of times where I feel like I'm ahead of the game,
Yeah.
And then the game kind of gets ahead of me a little bit, unfortunately. But what I want to talk today about, and I brought you on here for a reason.
Okay.
Not just because it's episode 25.
Oh.
One, you look better than I do.
Oh, never.
Two, you're full of knowledge, and I love that, and it inspires me. And what better way to surround yourself with inspirational people to kind of keep yourself motivated? I feel like it's important, I mean, you're a great dude. That's not the only reason.
Thank you.
But I think it's important for people to surround themselves with inspirational people, somebody who can influence you, somebody who can say, dang, you're doing a good job, or hey, you need to straighten it up. You know what I mean?
What else do I say other than wow? Here we are, Daniel, making me feel like $1 million. I would boil it down to this. I've had a lot of life experience, and that's allowed me to lead or teach or coach or train or at least or give it up when it's wanted. So I'm always happy to share, and I hope it's impactful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's been impactful to me, and that's why why I want other people to see it. You know what I mean? And I want other people to hear it. But the main thing is we always have a New Year's resolution. I almost said revolution.
Either way, I knew the point.
That's what my son calls it.
I knew exactly what you meant.
My son calls it the New Year's revolution.
Perfect.
And so everybody's got a resolution, And a lot of times you hear people say, I'm going to eat better this year. I'm going to lose some weight, or I want to move up in the company of where we're currently at or what you're currently doing. But there's a lot of people out there who I feel that just want to win at life. And what I want to talk today about is maybe give some pointers, with your experience, with my experience, and just talk about some of those wins and how we could help some people that do just want to win.
Wow.
And winning's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood, sweat, and winning is ugly. Unfortunately.
Yeah, can be.
But when you do win, it feels good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that goes into winning.
So many words came to mind when you were talking. Persistence. In order to win, you have to be persistent, and that's even in the trying times. Consistency. Like also process driven. Mm-hmm. You have a process, and you have to trust your process, and you have to practice. That's another word. You have to practice your process, so you have something to fall back on when you're in the fight to try to get the win.
Right?
Yeah, this goes 100 million different ways. And I think if the way I would like to start talking about winning is acknowledging losing. You got to So, and some people may not know exactly, well, what would it take for me to win, or how do I want to win? That's okay if you don't know that. Ask yourself, what does the loss look like? And then that will reveal the questions about how to win.
Yeah. There's plenty of times throughout my life, and I'm sure people watching or listening, there's so many times we lose.
Oh, yeah.
And when you lose, I feel like it's important we got to get our mind right. You got to get your mind right. Your feelings when you lose are those things that kind of keep you balled up and keep you in the bed or keep you closed out from life, but your mind tells you, for example, when your alarm goes off, your mind's telling your body, hey, it's time to get up.
That's right.
But you're feeling tired. So I'm gonna stay in here a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got to get that mind right,
no
matter how you're feeling, to be able to get back up and go through those trials and tribulations of losing.
Yeah.
To be able to move forward. You know what I mean?
I absolutely agree, and it's very thought provoking. I when you were talking, I was thinking, I think the most important thing that we're always going to lose, right? It's inevitable. You are going to take a loss. Hey, if you don't know it, you're going to lose many times.
And if you haven't, be prepared.
Get ready. But the thing that you can't lose in the loss, this has to be a non-negotiable, in my opinion. You can't,
like non-negotiable with yourself?
With yourself. And that's the word. You can't lose yourself. You can lose the game. You can lose the match. Don't give up who you are. You can't lose yourself. You don't throw your morals out the window because you took that loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. You keep your posture, you stay true to who you are. And hey, that's, if you believe in that, then you will, and you'll win.
Oh my gosh, it just left my head.
Well,
Dude,
hey, listen, it's good.
This happens all the time.
I do that every day. I literally, friends, people I spend time with, I think they know at this point. Like sometimes I'll call it preaching. I'll get to preaching. I'll go, wait, hey, what did I just say? And then they'll remind me. So, hey, man, I understand.
You were talking about winning.
Yep.
So what does it take to win? Okay, like it definitely takes understanding those losses and knowing how to lose.
Absolutely.
Just like we was talking about, because when you do lose, you're gonna feel some type of way.
Wow, you just said you said feel, and that's an emotional thing. So that anytime an emotion is tied to something, that's deep. So go take it.
And then that's where you got to get that mind right of saying, no matter how I feel, no matter, this person, and there's always somebody one step ahead of you.
Oh, always.
And if not,
always,
you better think that to drive you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you lose, you got to understand how to fix that and deal with that, cope with that, and use that loss to your advantage for when something comes up again, and you persevere, or if that's the proper way of saying that word.
I knew exactly what you meant. That's all that matters.
When you move forward, at least you know what to do.
Yeah, and that's the thing too with words and this and that. Like, so many people do not pronounce words right or say them right, and I'm not a great speller.
I'm terrible at spelling, dude.
I'll get on the whiteboard and me, I'll get to go. And I'll have to preface, guys, please do not just disregard.
It's funny story. Spelling bee, I got so nervous in school because we would have like practice spelling bees in elementary school. They would line us up, put us in a line, and I was out the first round. Like, really? No matter what. Right. Oh, 100%. I was like, I just won't participate today. Like, there's no.
No.
Cadence is 11, and she's like, you don't know how to spell tire? Like,
tar.
And I may know how to spell it, but there's just something in the back of my mind that tells me like you're wrong. I doubt myself so much, and it's a problem I have. Like, I seriously doubt myself. Is this hung in the right spot? Did I say the right words? Am I doing the right thing? Unfortunately, that's just a flaw that I've dealt with for a long time, and I'm trying to overcome that. But I doubt myself. You know what I mean?
And you're not alone, and that's. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
When we announce our flaws, I guess sometimes it can be viewed as weakness, but really it's a vulnerability.
Exactly.
And the truth is, we are all like that. I do the same thing. So Honestly, you can open up the floodgates for me. So,
well, not only can I can't spell.
How much time do you have?
Oh Lord, I hit my mic.
Couldn't spell bug.
Is it THUG? No, that's thug, Daniel. That's thug.
Oh man.
But winning, I feel like, is so important. And winning isn't about the trophies and the confetti and the awards. You know, winning is about the blood, the sweat, the tears, the struggles, the journey for sure. And let me ask you this fun question.
Okay.
When you win, because you've won, I'm sure
a few times.
You gotta. I'm sure you've set some goals and you've reached those goals. You know.
Sometimes. What
do you do when you win? Like, does winning stop for you? Like, once you've won, are you done?
That is such a good question. That's a really good question. Phrase it one more time. When
so like say I set a goal, like I want to get promoted next month. I'm gonna do this and this. I finally reached that goal and I've won. I'm like, I got promoted, baby. You know. Are you done winning at that point? Like, are you gonna try to even go further than what you have made it? You know.
Yeah. So, and this will be a little personal because it has to be with that wonderful question like that. So, for me, the personal goals, which I won't share, but they can't ever be too committed or too locked in to one specific thing. So, anybody who knows me, like personally, they'll laugh when I say this, but it's kind of like with what I talk about when I say belonging. Like, I feel like I belong everywhere and nowhere at the same time. That gives me the autonomy to make decisions on my feet, like about what I'm doing. Is this process right? It allows me to be there when it's great and be willing to do what I need to do to make it greater. But also, like, if it's not great and I'm trying really hard, understand that, like, is this imposing on my life kind of thing? You know what I'm saying?
When I've won, like, I feel like I can't stop. Like, I'm so hungry to indulge more, learn more, try to, like, do more.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what separates a lot of winners from the people who just don't try or just, you know, lose once and they're done. You know, I feel like you have to stay hungry for success, because even though, like, I was reading something how people just win at life, and they say if you've won at life, you are where you've dreamt to be, you're living the life that you want to live, and you're just content.
I can blow that open in one question too. How do you measure that?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I read this and I'm just like, but I also see if you're ever content, you're comfortable, and it's not. You don't want to be comfortable.
It's where nothing happens.
You know what I mean? So there's so many things out there, and that's why I brought you on the show. You know, to get your opinions.
Oh,
like,
man, you could have done better than this. Oh man,
I was like, I was reading, and I'm just like, I get it. You know, I could see where someone's like, I've won at life. I'm in this mansion where I wanted to be. I'm living the life I want to live. I'm not working for the boss. I'm working for myself. You know, but then I read, it's like, well, then they're comfortable. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I've read so much where it's like, you don't want to be comfortable, because then you can become vulnerable. And then, you know, all that could be gone in a second. I was always told to stay hungry, stay humble, hustle, fall down, get back up, dust it off.
So, yeah, you just explained that, hey, guys, we are not in control. And so I view life in this way. There's two things that we naturally do. We have to do. It's just what we have to do. Connection and contribution. Okay, so to bring everything to fruition or to tie it together, you create your list of goals and you get better at that, and don't allow the ceiling to be here. And if it is, allow it to go here, because as you climb, like, you will always be able to make more or do more connection and contribution. connect with people and find ways to contribute. You know,
we
don't live in a perfect world. I mean, hey, what do you all think? And so, you know, I'm not here to condemn anybody during this time about anything, but I do believe we probably could find somebody, maybe even down the street, to connect with and find out how we could contribute to their life in a better way. I don't think that would be hurtful. You know, if our intentions are good anyway, but you guys get it. So
and I think connection with people is another step of winning. I feel like you have to, so like these big emperors and even our military, there's a council, you know, for the leader.
It's a hierarchy.
The leader goes to this person to get this kind of information, and then this part, you know what I mean? It's
a chain.
And I feel like you've got to surround yourself with certain people, good people, you know, that have an influence on your life, or someone that is just does everything right and is there to tell you when you're wrong, you know, and then you got your best friend who can tell you your dreams, you know, and you have a selection of people to go to. And what I'm trying to say is you can't win alone. It's not doable. And it's not doable in the sports. It's not doable in life. I feel like you have to connect with certain people to be able to win the game at the end of the day.
I'm almost speechless. Yeah.
Oh, darn. Now I got to say more.
Nothing. We have nothing. I keep hitting this mic. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I realized recently. I mean, I'm 34 years old. You know, this probably hit me when I was 33. Just because of my humble beginnings, I thought I'm a self-made guy, but not in a prideful way. Maybe sometimes, but just overall self-made man. Right now, absolutely not. Someone's given me a job before. Yeah. Someone's given me an opportunity.
Someone's believed in you.
Thank you.
You know,
someone's taken the time to do something. I'm not self-made. So many people have connected with me and then contributed to where I am right now.
Yeah, I agree.
My duty is to just there it is.
100%.
Yeah.
Can't do it alone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be ugly. I got
It's gonna be fun too.
It's gonna be great. Yeah. I got another really good one. I don't know if I said this earlier, but something that can help us build our list of goals is to understand if they're measurable. Yeah. You know, how do we measure these goals? And so that's actually a way that I would deem someone successful. I'm not here to judge someone's goals or set them, okay? But if I, hypothetically speaking, let's say I make a list of goals, I would consider myself successful if I can measure that I'm actively getting better at these goals and I'm working toward whatever the end game is. That's what I deem success. I think that's great. It allows me to set that bar for myself. Someone might be in my neighborhood and might have the same goals but want to move a little faster. Hey, I might be in chill mode this week. I need a break, you know. So measurable goals that are very specific to our person.
And then how do you feel about measuring your success against your neighbor? You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I think that's another really great question. Yes and no, depending. And this is a twist, guys. Bonus points for anybody who knows what I'm gonna say. Honestly, Daniel, this is deep for me, but this is I would measure myself against someone else if I had already determined their character to be what I would deem good.
Gotcha.
So like, for me, it's okay for me to see Joe across the way be a wonderful father and measure that for me to like use as a grid to be a wonderful father, right? That's a comparison I'm okay to make for myself all day long. It's kind of like a lesson learned.
Yeah.
I don't. But if Joe's young and single and you know maybe has a whole lot of company here and there and doesn't seem to be a guy who's willing to commit to anything, just you know not a bad guy, but not like you know not super moral driven. Then I don't want to measure, you know, my goals against his. So my answer comes down to, hey, what kind of character does the guy have?
Yeah, sure.
That's deep. That's a lot. Sorry.
What about what is your character like
personally?
Yeah.
Depends on the day. Overall.
Yeah, I'd say overall. What
yeah.
What kind of character is Brian Tucker?
Genuine.
Yeah.
And that's if I'm in dog mode, Daniel.
Yeah.
And that's if I can bless somebody beyond what they ever thought.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to be what the situation calls for, respectfully.
Yeah.
And that's hard, and that's a really, really hard thing.
Do you have like adaptive personality to where you can adapt yourself to like any kind of situation?
I believe so.
I feel like you do. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really great question, and I'm sure I get it wrong, probably way more times than I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do, for the most part, like I would say, like a chameleon kind of.
Yeah.
But in a genuine way.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
There's no motive, there's no agenda, to be a chameleon in a group that I've never met. If I can be social with everybody, the true goal is.
I feel like it's a great trait to have. Yeah,
the goal is just to have some conversation with people I don't know. Mm-hmm. So that's.
You could learn something. You could inspire someone.
Yeah.
I mean. And that's why I love people.
Yeah.
That's why I love hanging around people. I love talking to people. I love opening doors for people because, and I may sit here and I'm saying this stuff and people listening, it's like, that guy's great. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I'm far from it. Like I said, I've lost more than I've won.
Yeah.
But I've learned some things along the way, whether it be from my parents, my dad, my own mistakes.
Absolutely.
100%, 90% of what I know is from where I messed up.
Yeah.
90% of my life.
Yeah. I can tell you the single difference. Did I cut you off?
No.
Okay. I want to make sure I didn't.
You're good.
I can tell you the single difference, probably the biggest single difference in the person I am now, and the person that I was.
Oh, yeah.
And there are so many people who don't like me. And honestly, I would say rightfully so. I would never have considered myself to be a bad person, but I've just not always been somebody who's likable. I was young.
I found that hard to believe.
I was young and really dumb.
Yeah.
But going back to that single difference, I am willing at the drop of a hat to say I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. For anything, to anybody, and I mean that in like the most genuine way.
That's awesome.
I don't carry that pride with me. I don't. It's not on my shoulders anymore. Yeah. I don't care. So if I did something 10 years ago, and it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me like if it was something small or something big. It matters how I handle that situation now.
Yeah,
I'll say sorry about that, and I will mean it, so I can give them what they need to see me and as who I am now. People do change.
And what was that thing that happened for you to understand that or to realize that?
Okay, that's deep and that's wonderful. Hey, I know no one thinks it's real. I'm an introvert, but that doesn't mean I don't have a heart for people. But I mean, for a long time, I thought, gosh, I just do not like people. I don't want to be around people. I hate people. I can't stand people. No, the truth is I love people so much that I wear what they're going through. So I've really got to be selective, and I have to limit who's around and what I can do for them, because I mean, I'm going to offer it up.
I feel like you're very you're invested. Like
it's like I have no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to protect that, right? Mm-hmm. So what that means is again, that selective piece. Some people are very irresponsible by choice. Sometimes very strange things in life cause other people to be irresponsible. Mm-hmm. No disrespect. I can differentiate.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I was telling my best friend on my last podcast that I was I was not the cool kid in school.
Same.
But, there was things that I've done or said, then that I thought was cool. And then growing up and seeing life for what it really is, being on my own, kind of really wakes you up.
Yeah.
And not being under mom and dad's roof and when they're like, whenever they're telling you, well, when you get out of this house, life's gonna hit you. Well, guess what? Life balled its fist up, Brian.
Oh, man.
And went wham, right in my face.
And hey, it was that one and he quit, right?
It was a one-hitter quitter.
Yeah.
I was like, hello.
Hit me yesterday.
And I just feel like now, and I was telling Belinda this, we were sitting outside it was a Christmas Eve party. I don't know what's came over me, and it's hard to explain, and it's hard to understand. But I feel like I'm so humble. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was latent, but it messes me up.
Oh, let it rip right now. This is beautiful.
But I mean,
let that rip. Let this go.
I truly love people.
Come on. This matters to you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
Why does it matter to you to be that way?
I don't know. I sound like a tree hugger when I say this.
No.
I want the world to be a better place, and it's an ugly place, you know?
Yeah.
And I just try to be that light for people, and sometimes it's heavy, you know what I mean?
Very.
But, man, this is weird. Who would thought to see Daniel cry on his own show? But I'm very passionate about it.
Oh, come on.
You know, and that's what it is. It's not like tears of sadness or depression or anything. And I want you guys to know, it's literally, it's something I'm so passionate about. I love people. I love to help. And I haven't always been that way.
Right.
You know, but now it's like, I'll do whatever I can in my means to help somebody. You
Absolutely.
Know? So sorry for the tears.
No, listen. Whew.
It's your fault. You started something.
Wow. This is incredible. No, I'm blown away by this. I appreciate you for this. This matters, man. This is really important.
And I really want the podcast to be able to impact people, and you know, I wish people knew more about it and listened, and the people that are still listening, dude, y'all are great. Y'all are awesome. The people who share it and the people that talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, I want this world to be a fun, laughing place, and unfortunately, there's some really ugly parts in it.
Yep.
But you can change that.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know
and it takes more than one person.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
And sometimes you have to change it without you don't have to make it clear either.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll just tell you, for example, I'm a raging believer. So proud of that. If I'm proud of anything, it's that. But if my life looks no different, okay, even in the worst of times than your coworker or your friends who just cannot seem to get it together, right? If my life if it's no different than that, how can anybody see what's made me what I am?
Yeah.
I've got to be that. That is so hard. I'm not perfect.
Yeah. No,
I'm so flawed
dude,
and
I'm far
broken
from
like
it.
the rest
Far
of
from
us.
it.
Yeah, we mess up, but you have to lead by example.
And you have to mess up to win. I mean, you're not just born with the golden book.
Yeah, you can't sit down and think of all the things that could potentially go wrong and then write the policy against that. You have to, you know how people are like, man, they just throw you to the wolves out there.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just want you to know, nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody.
No.
You're going to get thrown to the wolves everywhere.
Everywhere.
What will your attitude be like during that process? Will you look like a standout by getting there 10 minutes early? Or will you be a minute late because Steve is?
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like being thrown to the wolves can make or break somebody.
Yeah.
And I love when people throw me to the wolves.
Yeah.
Because that's my time to say, you may not know what you're doing, but I'm about to figure this out.
Yeah.
And then I'm just, you know, I thrive on that. Throw me to the wolves. Give me a challenge. Let me figure it out so I can tell you how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And not just that, I'm gonna explain how to do this better or come up with an idea to better improve this or that.
Yeah. And
roll me.
You just led me into this thought, boldness. And this is interesting. So this is how I developed boldness. So I realized early on, with any job, you're going to get thrown, you're just thrown right in the mix. So what I mean by boldness is going to the boss man and saying, hey, I'm about to be thrown in this mix. I want you to know I'm going to give this everything I've got. I promise you, I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at it. Are you going to fire me? Are we cool? Are we good? Or do you know what my intentions are? No, Brian, we're good. Okay, cool. Then I'm going 100 miles an hour. Full send, baby. Yeah. If I mess it up, I mess it up. I got the go ahead. I got the reassurance.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
how does that make you feel?
I mean, it takes the pressure off, but we've got to be bold enough to like go to the people who have the autonomy to make decisions about what's going on in our lives, the people who we should be respecting, and respectfully say to them, hey, you state your intentions.
Right.
Hey, I'm going to give you everything I've got. You got to know that, but I'm going to mess up. Are you okay with that? If they say cool, shake their hand, poke their finger, sign it in blank. Yeah, you get the point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that gives you a chance to shine too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, pressure is this thing. And guys, I get it, like, generationally. I will never be like, we got soft on this generation. No, no. Man, this generation got smart. They stopped working hard and they worked smart.
Yep.
And things were easier. Like, everything started becoming convenient for convenience sake. So all this stuff makes sense. I just derailed. I forgot.
We live in a convenient world.
Yeah, I had a point though, and I dropped it.
Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
You know, what was that? You had I think you hit me with a question, and I had.
It was how does it make you feel to be, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm sorry. I'll digress after this, but the long story short was, we live, especially here in the U.S., like this is a pressure society.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm not saying you have to like it, but you do have to accept it in the marketplace out here. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So you just have to move right on past it. It is what it is. Take the pressure valve off.
Yeah.
If that's going to the boss, do it. Do what it takes to take the pressure off.
Yeah, and I think when you can adapt to be able to do that, I think it's a win. I think adapting to any situation is a win. That's a win for me, you know. And if you can adapt to whatever thing you're doing, whatever you ask the boss to do, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go in here guns blazing, and you can adapt to those people, and not just like kick their heads off with their heads and get rid of them, but if you can like mold them and mentor them,
lean into the people.
Oh man,
yeah, lean into the people.
Make them work for you, not against you. I love it.
Absolutely, because you can't do it alone.
Exactly,
man. That's
what
great.
we talked about. Resolution for Brian. What's your New Year's resolution or revolution, as my son would say?
What is your New Year's revolution? I haven't. Have
you thought about that yet? It's coming up.
It is. It's coming up quick. You know, I don't have any big ones. The one funny one was with my guys at work. I told them, I was like, if I'm late ever in 2024, you gotta just roast me. Y'all gotta give it to me.
Everything you got.
I want it all. And like, this group is terrible about that. So
they're roasting.
Oh yeah. So like,
I love it.
I really asked for something, so I'm gonna deliver. Okay. But that's like really it. I'm just gonna stay true to me in my process. I have a lot of process. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. I hate it a lot, but I made it and I'm committing to it. Yeah. So I don't give up on it. So I'm just gonna stay true to my process, and sometimes it works and it feels good, and I think it'll just. There's so much more that's coming.
For me, I think I really want to just learn more the back end of things for the podcast or for videoing. I really want to learn lighting, you know.
Yeah.
Goals for this. Goals for me, resolution. I really want to become like a better dad. I'm a great dad. You know, my kids love me. But I just I don't want to stop. You know what I mean? It's just like that whole winning thing. It's like, I want to see how much of a great dad I can be.
Are you saying you can make more of a contribution?
And I'm going to do my best, you know. And, you know, can I improve on being a dad? Heck yeah. I think we can always improve on whatever we're doing.
That's right.
So never feel comfortable or content of where you're at, whether it be the workplace, the marriage, the kids, the person you are. Always try to invest in yourself, invest in things that are around you to try to learn more, do more, be more. And that's just my goals. I want to try to be a better dad, a better husband, maybe less emotional, you know.
Oh, no, that was great.
I think emotion's good. You know?
And I'm like, honestly, I was fighting so hard not to ugly girl cry. Like,
I'm glad. I probably would have laughed.
Crier, you know?
Yeah, I'm too, dude.
And I do it alone. So thank you.
Yeah.
You saved me. So
No problem.
yeah.
I really want to maybe do some traveling.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited. I got a guy that I'm setting up to interview in North California. Never been there, so I'm excited to go there.
You going to Napa Valley?
I'm flying into Reno.
What?
Yeah, I've never been to Reno, so.
That's out there in Vegas.
Yeah, so you fly, it's Reno, Nevada or something.
Yeah, I was totally
and then
teasing.
I'm like, yeah, it's in Vegas. Like, see, I wasn't good at spelling, history, math, you know. That's why I'm here doing this cool show. The only thing I know how to do is entertain, and that's why I'm here.
That's why you're perfect.
But hey, that's even a better point. That's why there's different people in the world. That's why there's different positions in a workplace, because if we were all built the same, I mean, could you imagine how this world would be?
Terrible.
It could either be really bad or really good. It just depends on how we're built. But regardless if it was really bad or really good, it'd be really boring.
True.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
If we were all the same, whether it's in a good same or bad same, it would be just boring. Where was that though before that?
Let it rip. I don't know. I love traveling.
I wanted to do some traveling, but we're flying into Nevada, Reno, and then it's like an hour and a half from there. And I can't think of the town, but I was like Googling it. He was telling me.
It's in Cali?
It's in Cali.
Okay.
But the town, I Googled it, and they're known for two things.
Wow.
One is a state prison.
Okay.
And the other one is another prison. That's all they're known for. It's two prisons.
Saying something or something?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Quentin, maybe?
But it's like a small town. It's beautiful. Hills and mountains and stuff. And
I mean, it sounds like it's going to be really great.
It's going to be an adventure, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Bed and breakfast, 3 hots and a cot.
Yeah. So have you ever watched the Sus King on TikTok or anything?
I do not have TikTok.
He's so funny, dude. He's like a redheaded lumberjack dude.
Okay.
I thought he was like 30-something years old.
Okay.
He's 28, but he looks like this mountain man.
Okay.
He's in his element. I talked to him the other day. I'm like, dude, you are so living it. Like, you look the part. Like the hills, the mountains, that's you.
Okay.
He goes by the Sus King, but he always does the, oh yeah, videos. Like that's him. So if you ever get a chance to look at the Sus King, check him out. He will be on the show within the next couple of weeks. We just got to nail down a time.
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
excited. I'm excited to get him on here. But, just venturing out, getting more people, being like that guerrilla marketing, like, hey, do you want to be on the show? Like, just go out there. Like, they ain't going to come to you. Nothing's going to come to you in life.
Right.
Go get it. And at this point in my life, I'm 33 years old. I'm hungry. I'm going.
And
you know what I mean?
You're allowed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're allowed to.
Anybody can do it.
That's right.
It's just getting that mindset right. Telling yourself you can do it. Screw the feelings. Get those out of the way.
Yeah.
It's all right to feel good. It's all right to feel sad. But get your mind right and do what you want.
That's right.
Surround yourself with good people who love you and support you and it'll stand behind you and say, you got this. Yeah. I will say that because you need that. But I think, you got it.
Yeah, I have to set sulking time limits.
What do you mean?
Like I have to be like, okay, because this is what it is. I'll be like, I can't let this go. I want to be mad.
Yeah, yeah.
I got 2 hours, and then I'm like, all right, that's So hey, set yourself a sulking time limit. I do.
I will add that to the resolution.
Yeah.
I asked the kids what their New Year's resolutions were, and Cadence told me that she wants to get her grades turned in, like her schoolwork turned in earlier than on time. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, of course, Eli, my 7-year-old, I'm like, so what's your New Year's resolution? He goes, new shoes. I was like, oh, yeah, he's mine. Yeah, that's my son.
New shoes.
So, Cadence is like, what are you talking about? You can't do this. So, of course, we made a skit on that. So, that's up. And, I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. I mean, what you guys see, what you guys hear is true stories. New shoes is my son's New Year's resolution.
I don't even know how to feel about that.
I was like, okay, cool.
That really twisted me up.
Hey, if that's his, I'm going to let him have it. Go get it, son.
He made a resolution that someone could take from him. That's what,
or just give to him. Like
it's like what this defeats all the purpose.
Yeah,
okay. He's hilarious.
Oh man, he's a trip. But dude, thanks again for coming out. And I know it's late, but like we said on the last show, you got to get it in when you can.
Yeah, that's right.
And
it's real late.
I don't think any time is better than now. Whether that's the podcast, you coming up in your mind and saying, I'm ready to do this, whether it's move up in your company, take the stand, do better for yourself, get your mind right. No better time than now. And understanding that and saying, hey, time to roll up my sleeves, get dirty because it's going to get dirty, and pack you some Band-Aids along the way because it's going to be nasty.
And that's organic.
Yeah.
What you just said.
Yeah. And I appreciate you coming and sharing your knowledge.
Yeah.
You're a great dude. I'm glad to go out of season 1 with a bang,
Thank you I want to say thank you for having me on, and to the audience, just thank you guys for listening. If any words resonated, I appreciate that, and pass them on to somebody, and Daniel, I love you. I love spending time with you.
Oh, dude, you're great.
Thank you for letting me.
We got coffee dates now.
We got them, y'all. We've
been to one.
We're really intentional about this now. And we got espresso coffee beans.
Coffee beans
chocolate
today.
Covered. I left that out.
Complimentary of my best friend.
That's right. In my huge ending here. Yeah, so glad to be a part of the last episode. And I can't wait to do this some more.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you back on here. Maybe get a group of people because, you've inspired me. I know you can inspire others. You're a great person to be around. As introverted as you are, when you're with me, you're pretty extroverted. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
And thank you for being such a great friend, brother, truly.
Yeah. And if there's anything I can do for you, help you out, I know you do the same. So let me know. But guys, I wish you guys the best. Come up with something. Come up with those small goals. Make small goals. That way you can count those easy wins, because those easy wins are going to make you motivated and want to do more and win more. And don't stop. The stairs never stop. They're going to get slippery. There's going to be stairs that are missing, but skip them. Keep going. Do what you need to do to get to that next step. You know what I mean?
Great. Nailed it.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Don't forget to like this video. If you don't like it, just message me.
Like it anyway.
Like it anyway. Hit the subscribe button, and as always, turn on all bell notifications. That way you can see me cry every time we post a brand new video. No, we post lots of videos. Content goes up daily, guys. Mondays and Wednesdays we do streams. Tuesdays is our podcast, so welcome here on Tuesday, and happy Tuesday, and happy New Year to you, because it's the new year now for you. And then Thursday, is our long unboxing video. Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we do our shorts. So we love to keep you laughing. And again, that's why we post stuff weekly, because we want some smiles out there on social media. And I will guarantee you one if you come visit our channel. So we appreciate you. Brian, again, thank you so much for coming. And we will see you next time on season 2, After School with the Lawsons. Y'all have a good night.